In the very heart of Central Europe lies a country where time seems to move a little slower. The Czech Republic, often called Czechia, is home to just over 10 million people, yet it holds one of the densest concentrations of history, culture, and architecture in Europe. Czechia is a landlocked country, surrounded by Germany, Austria, Slovakia, and Poland. For centuries, this position at the crossroads of Europe shaped its identity, culture, and mindset. With a territory of just under 79,000 square kilometers, the country is compact and incredibly convenient to explore. Distances are short, and traveling between cities rarely takes more than a few hours. At the heart of the country stands Prague, the capital and cultural symbol of Czechia. For many travelers, Prague is not just the first stop, but the main reason to visit. Prague is built along the Vltava River, which flows from south to north and quietly divides the city into two distinct worlds. On one side, you find dense historical quarters with narrow streets and postcard-perfect views. On the other, wider avenues, residential districts, and everyday modern life. From above, the city looks almost unreal. Red rooftops, church towers, bridges, and green hills blending into one harmonious panorama. The city is organized into numbered districts, Prague 1, Prague 2, and so on, each with its own rhythm and character. All of them are connected by a metro system that feels surprisingly calm for a European capital. Trains run frequently, stations are clean, and even during rush hour, the atmosphere remains controlled and quiet. Public transportation in Prague is efficient and affordable. The Czech koruna remains the national currency. Although the country is part of the European Union, it has never adopted the euro. Transport tickets cost less than €1 depending on duration, making daily movement around the city accessible even for tourists. Yet the true symbol of Prague's transport system is not the metro, it is the tram. Trams run through nearly every neighborhood, crossing bridges, historic streets, and modern districts alike. They move steadily through the city, often faster than cars, and always have priority on the road. Riding a tram through Prague feels less like commuting and more like watching the city slowly unfold. One of the most striking things about life in the Czech Republic is its rhythm. Everything feels measured, unhurried, and intentional. People walk instead of rushing, sit instead of scrolling, observe instead of reacting. Even in Prague, life rarely feels chaotic. The city seems designed for walking, short distances, clear routes, and streets that invite you to slow down, not push forward. One of the first smells you notice while walking through Prague is warm sugar and baked dough. Trdelnik, a rolled pastry cooked over an open flame, is sold on street corners, near bridges, and in old town squares. While trdelnik is more of a street symbol than an everyday local food, it has become part of Prague's visual identity. Something you associate with slow walks, evening lights, and wandering without a plan. Walking through Prague feels like stepping into an open-air museum. The city survived the major wars of the 20th century with minimal destruction, which explains the extraordinary preservation of its architecture. Gothic cathedrals, Baroque palaces, Renaissance facades, and Art Nouveau buildings exist within a few streets of each other. Yet the city never feels frozen in the past. Modern cafes, contemporary fashion, and everyday urban life blend seamlessly into the historic setting. Czech history is deeply layered. The region was once the Kingdom of Bohemia, later part of the Holy Roman Empire and the Austro-Hungarian Empire. After its collapse, Czechs and Slovaks formed Czechoslovakia, a state that existed peacefully until its voluntary split in the early 1990s. Since then, the Czech Republic has followed a stable European path and joined the European Union. The national flag reflects this history. Its red, white, and blue colors symbolize Slavic roots and historical regions of the country. The design is simple, recognizable, and deeply tied to Czech identity. Czech people often have fair complexions and light eyes, reflecting a blend of Slavic, Germanic, and Celtic heritage. Socially, Czechs may appear reserved at first, but they are polite and approachable. Eye contact is often met with a small smile. Younger generations express themselves freely through fashion, tattoos, and unconventional styles. Personal freedom is deeply ingrained, and people are rarely judged for how they look or live. Religion plays a very limited role in everyday life. The Czech Republic is one of the least religious countries in the world. For most people, faith is either private or irrelevant, a mindset shaped by history and reinforced during decades of communist rule. The Czech Republic consistently ranks among the most educated countries in Europe. Literacy is nearly universal, and the majority of the population completes secondary education. Economically, the Czech Republic sits somewhere between Western and Eastern Europe. Wages are higher than in many neighboring countries, but so are living costs, especially in Prague. Rent takes up a significant portion of income, and living alone in the city center can be financially challenging. While Prague looks prosperous on the surface, everyday life requires careful budgeting for many residents. Culturally, the country is full of contrasts. It is globally known for beer. Czechs consume more beer per capita than any other nation. Beer is cheap, widely available, and considered part of daily life rather than a luxury. At the same time, the country has made significant contributions to science, literature, and innovation. The word robot originated here, and influential thinkers like Gregor Mendel and Franz Kafka were shaped by this land. The country is also known for its castles, more than 2,000 across its territory. Some are carefully restored, others remain romantic ruins on hilltops surrounded by forests. Even small towns often have a castle as their central landmark. Beyond Prague, cities like Brno and Karlovy Vary reveal different sides of the country. Karlovy Vary, in particular, is famous for its spa culture, colorful colonnades, and mineral springs that have attracted visitors for centuries. Despite its medieval appearance, Prague is a modern, safe, and well-organized city. Streets are clean, public spaces are maintained, and infrastructure works smoothly. Czech-made cars, especially Škoda, dominate the roads, reflecting both national industry and quiet pride. The climate can surprise many visitors. Even in summer, weather changes quickly. A sunny morning can turn into a cool, rainy afternoon within hours. Locals are used to this unpredictability and often dress in layers year-round, which is one reason many Czechs travel south for summer holidays. The Czech Republic is a country of balance, old and new, freedom and restraint, simplicity and depth. It offers history without heaviness and modern life without chaos. Whether you come for architecture, culture, or simply to walk without a plan, Czechia leaves a lasting impression, calm, authentic, and quietly unforgettable.